you so much. And Shri, as I told you, all the credit goes to you. You kept me pushing and pushing and pushing.
Thank you so much, Shri, and all thanks to ShriLearning.
Thanks a lot, Shri. It's all your guidance and coaching helped me.
Thank you very much, Shriram. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shriram. Couldn't have done it without you or ShriLearning.
Great. Hey, hello viewers and PMP aspirants. Thanks for watching the success stories and listening to someone who cleared the PMP gives always an energy. We have a special person who is going to talk about the full journey of how she got PMP. First, congratulations, Niharika, for making this happen.
Thank you so much, Shri, and thank you for your patience for the, I guess it's been last 1 year that you stayed with me. Yeah.
You read well, right? You put your effort. That's why time is needed there.
People are going to get very much motivated, usually for the people who are not very comfortable studying for a very long time. So I think those people will be motivated a lot.
Sure, motivated. In fact, you know what? When we see a certificate coming up with your name, I'm sure you got excited, right? When you see this name there.
That's true. That's true. The moment they hand you, they hand over the paper to you, when you come out of that exam, Pearson exam. So I couldn't get the courage to, rotate the paper and see the result. So I just quietly went outside. I am like, okay, this is gone. So I just read the last line where it was written, "Congratulations on your achievement." Then I started reading, bottom to top, what they have written.
I think they even fold the paper and give it. They don't show.
Yes. They don't hand over the paper. They don't hand over the paper directly to you. So they just hold the paper and give it to you like, "Ma'am, this is your result." It's all very quiet and very exam-like atmosphere there. So you're already scared to see your result.
Those guys, the people there will have less emotions. They don't show any emotional face.
Yes. They just hand over the paper with a bland face and they'll give you, "Ma'am, here's your result." So you don't have to.
Okay, great, Niharika. So give some idea about your profession and your background because audience will be interested to know.
Like I'm serving in Indian Air Force and I'll be retiring this June after completing 11 years of service.
Right.
I've been actively involved in air aviation operations majorly. That is something that I have done throughout my journey.
Wow.
I've been part of various operations mainly relating to the services which we have in service and some of my air defense operations. But in order to make the transition to corporate, we don't use the same terminology, we don't use the same jargons and the language that people use. Like it's very difficult for people to understand our language when we say Wilco, when we say Roger. So the same way, it's very difficult for us to comprehend their language. We're talking the same thing, but yes, in different ways. So yes, I wanted to have that certification PMP last year actually. I had planned it quite nicely, but it didn't work out because of my work arrangements. I had a daughter. So it became very difficult to cope up with the classes because if you miss one class, it's a vicious circle. You again listen to the first class, then you again listen to the second class. And if you're not attending the live lectures, then it becomes very difficult for you to cover those 4 hours of lecture. So it just goes into that circle. So I think I started your classes last year, April 2023. So I missed 2 of your classes. Then I lost the entire batch. Then I again came for June batch. I used to keep messaging Rahul that please give me access to the another batch, So finally in September, I could manage to complete all your 8 classes, bits and pieces by recording.
Okay.
But then I had some family requirements. Then my working hours were not suitable for me. So I lost track. So then every time there's a study plan on your site. So every month I used to make that new study plan that, okay, now I'm going to follow this. Now I'm going to follow this.
You make a new date.
Give a new date. Okay, no. November is the final. I'm going to do it. No, December is going to be the final one. So then I messaged Rahul, okay, please don't cancel my access. I'm going to do it. Just give me some time. He said, no, ma'am, we're not going to cancel it. You can have it for as long as you want. So probably March ending is when I decided that it's too much. Now I have to give the exam because I'm approaching my retirement date, but I have to clear it before that. So March ending I started, but I could read Rita, I could read Pembroke, I just, started with your class back to back, the entire sessions. Then I went on to the questions.
Very good.
Because I felt PMP is not a rocket science. It's not a theoretical knowledge that you need to gain. It's more of a practical aspect. You need to attain that philosophy. You need to have that mindset. Once you put yourself in the shoes of a project manager, you imagine yourself to be there. It will become very easy after listening to all the class. It will become very easy for you to understand and imagine yourself that what I am going to do there. So that's what's made it very simple. And one night I got really frustrated that I'm delaying the exam. So I filled the exam, and the next day evening I gave the exam without any mock test because I had already done so many questions. So I had that practice. I was able to hack it. I had an idea. I got the confidence that without mock also I'll do it. Because if I'll keep delaying for the mock, I'll not be able to do it. Giving those 4 hours with my daughter at my place, it's not possible at all.
Yeah, understandable.
So,
Understandable.
yeah.
It's a good thing. That's a good no. First thing, great respect and salute for coming from Indian Air Force.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great thing, right? Because we see people coming from Indian Air Force and Indian Army constantly. When they come to the level of retirement, they want to switch to the different corporate job. I constantly hear this from Indian Air Force and Indian Army. Hey, we use a different wording. We follow a hierarchy very strictly. Order is
That's
given,
true.
but do it. And now you guys are telling agile team, self-organized, and you're telling
You're asking for servant leadership. That doesn't exist.
last time there was one woman, she's from Indian Air Force. She's saying that, guys, we get an order, we do it. And now you are telling that servant leader, you organize yourself. It's so tough, man.
Now you're saying you have to facilitate others. It doesn't work like that in force. It's very different. But yeah, it's nice.
But one thing I have good record, people coming from Indian Air Force, Indian Army, they complete the exam. I don't see anyone backed out.
That's true.
So they do it.
But there's one more thing which I feel like when you come from, like for all the people who are doing PMP, they have some idea. Maybe it's for the waterfall method or for Agile, they have heard those terms. For us, I feel we are clean slate. You don't know anything. It's like you're starting from the scratch.
Yeah.
So it becomes more easy. You just listen to what the other person is saying. You just follow it, and we are very good at it. So it becomes relatively easier to learn everything from the very basic,
Nice. That's a good effort. That's a good effort. I think it's a good inspiration to people listening this video that it doesn't mean you have to learn all the jargons already. You can listen, you can learn, you can practice, and you can be expert on it. Yeah, that's a message.
You just have to correlate with whatever you are doing, because everybody at some or other stage is doing this work. Everybody is managing resource, be it men, material, equipment, anything. You just have to start correlating, make it more practical, and then it becomes very easy for you to, it's not just about clearing the PMP exam. It's about, having that practices in your real world as well. Then it makes sense. Otherwise, it's of no use, I feel.
Well said. Well said. I think you said something like this. It's about a philosophy, not a theory-oriented exam. It's about philosophy. Once you get that mind and philosophy, you start solving the questions. I think that's pretty important. Nice to know. Good to know.
There are always 2 options in your question. You'll always get 2 options you can eliminate quite easily.
Yeah,
you can just say these are not going to. So elimination helps a lot. There'll be always 2 options that you'll get stuck that I can do this also, I can do that also. Just go with your gut instinct and just, solve it.
Okay, sounds pretty good. So I believe after this exam, you're giving some time for your daughter now. You're able to spend good time.
Yes, I am free. It feels like I'm free for the entire day.
You don't know what to do now.
I don't know. No, I am starting now. I'm trying to learn this, the practical aspects of the Jira board and Kanban, because we have not used it enough. Okay. So now I have to get onto the YouTube and listen to all those things that how these things work. Nice. But yes, it helps. But I feel very free.
Nice to know. Nice to know. Because you're pretty busy, close to the exam. I assume your family supported you. Your hubby should have supported you more. And
without them, I cannot do it because my daughter is just 2.
Oh.
So it became very difficult, But the preparation was not the hard part. It is just, I feel that moment somebody attends the classes, you should not give much of a delay in between. Because if you give delay after you finish off the classes, I think within a month or so, you should just give the exam. Everything is fresh in your mind. You have that mindset. Just keep solving questions and give the exam. You don't delay it, procrastinate. Okay, I'll give you next month, and you will not give it only because it became difficult for me. You get stuck in that circle that you start again from the very first class or you start from the very first chapter. I got stuck at the fourth chapter of Rita for I don't know how many months. Then I took a call to okay, Niharika, leave it. It's not going to happen. Just listen to the classes and go for the exam. And if you listen to the classes properly, I feel you are good to go. You can actually make out everything.
That's a good advice for the people listening to this video. Don't delay.
No, don't delay. No, not at all. Just listen to the classes, maybe give it 15 days or so and just give the exam.
Makes sense.
Beyond that, it's not required.
Makes sense.
And yes, one more thing which I felt, because earlier I had opted for an exam from home, although I'm staying in Gurgaon, but I thought it will be more convenient. I filled the exam at 12 at night and next day evening was my exam, but because of some technical glitch at Pearson's site, I couldn't appear for the exam. So at the center, it was actually very comfortable, very convenient. You just go, everything is already set up and it becomes very easy for you to give the exam without any hassle.
Yeah.
So that had delayed my exam for a week.
Okay, yeah. But I think that what you said is right. When you go to center, all the worries are given to the center itself. They take care of the power,
Yes,
internet.
you just go, sit, give the exam. You don't have to think about anything. It's very comfortable, centers. If it's close by to your place.
That's nice to know. Also in center base, they give the results immediately. If you do online exam, they take a couple of days to give you a result. So it's good. Yeah, it's good to get the exam done in center. So one ask from the audience who are watching this video, how was your exam, the toughness of the exam?
There were no numericals for me, just one numerical.
Okay.
The earn value, even there were no numericals. It was drag and drop questions were there, 3 or 4.
Okay.
3 or 4 drag and drop questions were there. They were quite okay. And like I said, there were always 2 options, most of the questions. But I would say no theoretical part was there. I couldn't find any, not even a single question that you can just get it off from the book. But it was not that difficult. You just read the statement, you just imagine, okay, this is happening. You are able to get the answer, I feel. I had no question on critical path method. I had no question on EVM.
Okay.
I had prepared it because I used to listen that questions always come on EVM and critical path method, but I had I think just one question.
Okay.
No theoretical questions.
Nice to know. So please go ahead.
And I had 50 minutes with me when I finished the exam.
I'm about to ask the way you said, the way you are explaining, I get a feel that the exam was a walkthrough just like that.
I finished my 60 questions because I had that in mind. Okay, I have 30 minutes. So when I finished my 60 questions, so I had 45 minutes, I feel. 45 minutes I could finish 60 questions. Then I took a break, had water, and I came back. Then after that, I continued for the next set of 120 questions. There was no need of break. I felt after 100 questions, I felt, okay, I'm looking at the screen constantly. So I just, you're reading questions constantly. Then I sat for 5-10 minutes comfortably. Then I attempted my next set of questions. A clock was running. Then I looked at the clock and I'm like, okay, 80 minutes are remaining. I have another only 30 questions to go. So I took it more comfortably and I had good 45 to 50 minutes when I finished the exam.
Wow. I'll tell you why I'm asking this question because maybe I say it in the class sometime. There was a record. There was one woman from Indian Air Force. She cleared the exam. Those days were 4 hours exam. She cleared in 2 hours 30 minutes. There was a record we had. And
I feel it's doable.
Doable, right? And another woman came from Indian Air Force. She did in 2 or 15 minutes. So now you are telling you had a 15.
I think it's doable because I was just sitting and like, okay, now I have time because I had time, so I had to sit. And if you are reading the question, right, there is no need to review it for a while because if you're not able to get the answer in the first go, it works for me. I'll not be able to get the answer in the second go. Because if I'm not able to make out now, so I just glanced through it once. I had flagged the questions.
That's impressive. That's impressive. So one thing I understood, anyone comes from Indian Air Force, they are so good in closing the exam pretty early.
We are always in a rush to finish it. Okay, whatever is done is done. You cannot change it.
What I understand is there is no second thought. Decision made, done. Next.
Yeah. So I can't go back to the questions review. I'm like, what I've done is right. I can't. If I go back, then I'll do something. Just leave it then and there, you're done. Maybe that is the time where people spend time. But yes, it is easily doable in, I feel, not more than 2 or 30 minutes. Comfortable.
I'm constantly seeing this record from Indian Air Force. The combination of Indian Air Force and women comes in, the record is always set.
Always. No, I have people with me who are pursuing PMP. They were quite shocked to know. I'm like, no, it is easily doable. They said, no, 4 hours is quite less time. No, 50 minutes were there. So it's not difficult to give exam.
Nice enough. Good enough. Great. Good to hear, Niharika. It's really motivating. I observe certain things. You have a corporate job. I mean, you have an Indian Air Force job. You have a kid at home, right? So irrespective of all those things, you have to pull the rope and make it happen. Yeah, definitely it's a challenging thing. That the women who are a mom definitely can recognize this. It's not that easy, right? Having a kid at home, it's not that easy. Okay, you have to balance your sleeping pattern, reading pattern. Yeah, it's not that easy. We know that. Now, if someone is listening to this video, you want to tell them that, hey, focus on this. This can help you to clear the exam as planned. What kind of tips you want to tell them? 1 or 2 points, if you want to tell.
Like, if you are into a kind of job where you don't get much time, I would say that listen to the classes properly. If you listen to the classes properly, everything is being covered. You don't have to go back to book. If you don't have much time, that will give you sufficient understanding, not just to clear the exam, but a good understanding of what PMP is all about. Secondly, attempt as many questions as you can. The more questions you solve, the more practical approach you have. Listen, read the questions. You have the question answer sessions. Like, I saw some videos on YouTube also where they explain the answers, because that gives me flexibility to wherever I am, whenever I have time. Because I used to study at 12 in the night. So I used to listen to some videos, something or other. The more practical, aspect you build, I think the more easy it becomes for you to clear the exam. If you keep reading book, if you think that I'll only read the book and then appeal for the exam, I don't think you'll be able to do it. I have friends with me who have read Pembroke also, who have read Rita also. But when they sit and solve the question, they are saying, I'm not able to solve even a single question. So that's not going to work.
Okay.
You cannot just gain the theoretical knowledge. You need to have that understanding as well.
I think that's the most important tip I get from you. At least I'm constantly hearing from the beginning from you. Get that mindset, get that philosophy, get that philosophy clear. Yeah.
Because for solving every question, I used to visualize myself that what I'm going to do.
Okay.
If you're able to do that, then I think it becomes easier.
Amazing. That's a valuable point. Super good. I believe you had some party festival celebration for this exam.
No, I'm doing a course, so I have exams there. So now I'm doing those exams.
Busy.
But busy.
You should celebrate.
Close to retirement.
You should celebrate for your family, right? They were supporting you.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's true.
Good. Amazing. Super. First, thanks a lot for coming up here. And I'm sure your words are going to motivate many people. It could be men or women. They like what you said here. I took an year of time, but that's happening for many people. Many reasons, family reasons or personal reasons. I don't think we have to be shy of doing that, but I like the way you came back, right? It is not something, hey, days are gone, I'm going to leave it. No, you didn't do that. I like it when somebody says, I will do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Whatever time it is, I'll do it. So that's a good comeback from you. I really appreciate it. And keep rocking in your leadership path in your career.
Thank you.
Yep.
Actually, one more thing. Your team is very good. I've interacted mostly with Rahul and he is wonderful. I mean, he's always there. He's always, you just drop a message, he's always there to help you out. Along with you, it's a teamwork,
Great.
So you have a wonderful team. Yeah.
Amazing. Good to know. And we like this. We like this support because when somebody clears and come back and say that, hey, we did it, I think that's the joy, right? That's a happiness we get.
That's true. Yeah.
Good. Thanks a lot again here. And thanks for all the viewers watching this video. Leave your likes and comments here. Ask questions with us. Ask questions with Niharika, how she did it. Keep in mind, Indian Air Force people, they do fast in the exam. So we have to understand some tips also.
So that's the record now.
Yeah, but seriously, I'm constantly getting the records from Indian Air Force. I'm looking for next Indian Army. Let's see what they do.
you'll get from
All
that
right.
also.
All right. Thanks a lot. Have a nice evening. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Shri. Thanks.
Yep.
Bye.